how fast does the page load? If your internet is slow, will this page still load? How much data is a web page consuming, right? That is basically what we want to do with the performance of a web page. The performance of a web page, in conjunction with that timeline where you see what was fetched at what point, right, will help you to understand how the web page is loading. To understand how this web page is loading, what is this web page? Football, sports.football. I am going to use a tool called LightHouse. We'll come back to performance. We'll come back to this section on performance in a short moment. Look at, search for LightHouse page insight, page test, or page speed. You are there. Page speed. Yeah, this is it. LightHouse page speed. Open it up. Once it opens, you will insert the URL. No, not here. Okay, this one. Page speed insert. Yeah. Now, you will insert the URL of the web page that you want to test. Here, we want to test this web page. Okay. Now, as you can see, it is analyzing that web page for us. So once it finishes analyzing the web page, it will show us the timeline, what was fetched, how it was fetched, and it will show us the most important thing, which is the time to interactivity. Yeah, as you can see here. So it will show us first the mobile page, if you view this website on a mobile, and the desktop page, if you view this website on desktop. How does this website respond to the data that people are using, right? How fast is it? Now, the first thing you will realize here is this. This is that timeline again that you have seen in the browser, in that network tab. This is that timeline again. You can see that in the first few milliseconds of the page, it is not downloading anything. Then it downloaded a lot of things and to continue. Now, this data shows the most important thing here, which is what? The time to interactivity. The time to interactivity of a web page, or the time to interactive of a web page, is the time between which the page starts loading and the user can interact with that web page. You understand? So if you are loading a video on a web page, right, you need the video to play to have finished loading. Like on YouTube. On YouTube, the video buffers, isn't it? So it may load the first 10 seconds, the first 20 seconds, and you can start playing that while it loads the other sections of the video. So the time to interactivity is probably the first 10 seconds of the whole video, isn't it? So here now, the time to interactivity for that web page is 3.9 seconds. You can see it here. Some other web pages are pretty terrible, and the time to interactivity may take up to 10 seconds to 20 seconds, which means that for 10 seconds, the user of that web page will have to wait for the web page to load. And if you understand users, they don't like waiting. Once they wait for a period of time and the page is not loading, they will run away. So, which is the essence of why we need to understand the performance and the network tab. You don't want your users to wait. You want to ensure that once the page loads, you are tracking what is being loaded and how it is loaded, so that you know that the time to interactivity is reduced. If an image is taking too long to download, you want to remove it from that web page and allow every other things to download, so that the user can start interacting with that web page. Then later you can download the image if it is necessary on that web page. Do you understand? Okay, good. So we are back to the performance tab on the browser console.